how to get out the friend zone and never go back in. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and go ahead and hit that notifications button if you haven't already. Today we're going to be talking about how to get out of the friend zone and learn the techniques that will keep you from getting back in the friend zone in future endeavors with women. All right? For one, I'm going to tell you, if you're in the friend zone, it's because you're showing signs of desperation. Right? When you're showing signs of desperation, you're no longer an asset to the woman, you're a slave. The more desperate you are, the more of a slave you're going to be to a woman. And she's either going to use you to get money out of you, or she's going to use you to be a servant to take her where she wants to go, or to be there to pick up the phone whenever she needs to feel like someone likes her. That's what you become when you start showing signs of desperation. So before you can learn how to get out the friend zone and keep from going back in, I'm going to first discuss what you're doing to show desperation, and then we're going to discuss how you unleash that spell that you have of desperation and become more confident with yourself. And this is going to keep you from going back into being in the friend zone, but it can help you get out the friend zone. Now, first we're going to talk about desperation. One, you're always checking and double dating plans. You're setting the plan and then you're calling her to confirm the plan too much. That's a sign of desperation. You're always initiating a contact. She's never calling you. Okay, this is a big one. You always send another text whenever she did not respond to your first one. A lot of guys make this mistake, and a woman can easily play the text messaging game because it's an easy game to play. Remember, she's just texting because she likes the attention. The more you give her the attention, the less she's gonna actually pick up the phone because she just like watching the alerts come up. She's not really interested into you. What makes a woman interested in you when it comes to the text message game is her anticipating what you're going to say. She can't anticipate what you're going to say if you're always saying something in text. So remember, if you're sending a text, she doesn't respond, but you're sending another one to confirm that she got the first one, you're going to go in the friend zone. Next, social media. You're always retweeting, or you're always liking her photos every time she posts. That shows signs of desperation. That's putting you right in the friend zone, because women like to admire the guys. They only admire men that they don't know how that man feels about them. When you're automatically showing them that you're the number one fan and you're really into them, it makes it so boring to them. But they can still utilize you. You have to understand, women would never say no to free money. Next, finally, you're giving away too much interaction. Know what I'm saying? You're always there. You always want to go hang out with her. You always want to go to her house. You always want to go shopping. You want to go to the mall. You like being around. You like hearing the latest gossip. You're becoming one of her friends. You're not becoming a lover. Women admire a lover, someone that they have to chase down. You're putting yourself in the friend zone by actually becoming a very, very good best friend. Now, how do we unlock this? All right, these are some things that you're gonna have to do, that you're gonna have to work on to get yourself out the friend zone and make sure that you never go back in it. You're gonna have to work on certain things, all right? And a lot of it's gonna have to deal with you strengthening yourself and watching and paying attention to your weaknesses so you can correct your weaknesses. First, stop asking for permission, all right? When you dealing with these women, you're asking too much of what they want. You're constantly asking them how they feel, asking them where they want to go, what they want to do. Stop asking for permission. When you're asking a woman anything, she looks at that as a weakness because she likes a man that takes charge. She likes a man that says, oh, we're going to go here today at this time. If we don't go at that time, then we're just not going. You got to be the guy that if she wants to go to a certain restaurant, you got to say, no, we're going to go to that restaurant. That's the only one I feel like going to tonight, or that's the only one I want to do. Women like that because women are always indecisive. So when a man starts asking a lot of questions, how you feeling, how you doing, where you want to go, what you want to do, that's a sign of a weakness because she's always looking for leadership. Next, stop following her lead. A lot of you guys sit back and you're allowing the woman to be the leader. You're allowing the woman to be the loudest. You're allowing the woman to dictate what's going to go on when you're not realizing that you're thinking logically, but emotionally, you're allowing her to lead emotionally. A lot of you blue pill guys out there that are in the friend zone, stop letting the woman lead. Stop making her your leader. Stop going along with what she wants to do because she's only going along with things that make her emotionally feel good. As a man, you got to logically look at what she's doing wrong and not wait for her to fall flat. See, when you're allowing her to lead, then she'll run you into a wall. She don't care what happens to you because she's going to run herself into a wall. Stop letting her lead so you can pull back out and show that you're a dominant one. In order for you to show that you're a dominant one, you got to stop letting her be the one that's dictating what y'all going to do. Next, raise your standards. All right? When I say raise your standards, don't be afraid to tell that girl that she's not good enough for you. See, you have to be able to tell a woman that. So to get out the friend zone, raise your standards. Maybe try to aim for somebody better. Raise standards on yourself. Look at the actual woman that has you in the friend zone and say to yourself that you could do better. Now you got to start acting better. And she has to know that you feel like you can do better. But you got to be able to express that without actually expressing that. But you have to, at some point, you're going to have to raise your standards, not only on her, but you're going to have to raise standards on yourself. That'll keep you from getting in the friend zone because you're going to always feel like you can do better. These are things that you have to start working on individually that'll turn into psychological exercises that eventually change your neurological system, and then you become the best man once you're able to change your entire way of thinking. But you must first start exercising these thoughts. Next, keep your feelings to yourself. Stop doing too much talking. See, when you sitting around and you pillow talking to women, but these ain't women that you sleeping with, and these are women that you dating, everybody's expressing their emotions, you're just a pillow guy, man. You're just somebody she could talk to because a lot of alpha males and sigma males, we don't express our emotion to women. So when women get around guys that are expressing their emotions, it's just a way for them to connect to the guy spiritually. The same way that they connect to a woman spiritually, but they need to connect to dominancy in order for them to love. Women have to have dominancy in their life because dominancy leads them. Women fall in love with leaders and they eat guys that are always getting along with them and trying to cater to them. Next, get used to saying the word no. All right? You got to come to the point of the relationship between you and that girl where you got to start putting your foot down. Things got to be no. I don't want to do that. No, no, no. Get used to saying the word no because you have to start changing things to work in your favor. So you know is you resisting her leadership. No is not allowing her to answer questions like what you want to do, where you want to go. Now it's no, we're going to do this. No, no, no. The word no has to be your best friend, and it has to be like that towards every woman. So you have to understand when things are not logically making sense, install the word no inside of your brain. You have to be able to tell a woman no. Women love the word no. They rebel against it, but it's the most respectable word that a woman can hear from a man is the word no. Why? Because she never hears that word. Women never hear the word no. So when you say a word no to a woman, it's a foreign word to her. I'm telling you, the word no to a woman gains respect because she never hears it. Next, this is the ultimate one. Stop calling and texting now. leave it alone. Leave it alone. Stop calling and texting. You done did enough of that. You done been the best friend. You know what it's like to sit up and just be a girl best friend thinking you getting closer and closer until she starts telling you about other guys she likes. No matter how many of these other guys she starts telling you that she likes, you still think you got a chance. Now, when she get around to saying, why do you think he's acting like that? And she's asking you about advice on men, you in too deep. You are in too deep. Time to stop calling. Time to stop texting. It's time for you to rearrange your brain and make sure you do not go into the next situation. You don't want to go into the next situation and fall for these same desperation moves again. So you got to understand. We're going to recap. The only reason why you in the friend zone is because you showed too much desperation. You came in trying to be Mr. Smooth. You came in trying to be the good guy. You came in trying to let her know, hey, I just want to be next to you. That's it. I'm only thinking about you. You were too desperate. You're there calling, you're there texting, you're there pillow talking. You place yourself in the friend zone because you started acting like one of those girls whenever they meet each other. No. Raise your standards. And you got to always be talking to her like she's the last one that you want to talk to. You got to be talking to her like you got other things to do, and you'll call her whenever there's nothing else to do for that day. Make yourself busy. So, getting out the friend zone and staying out should be your main quest. But first, study what got you in there. This is Anthony Spade. Hasta la vista.